Hey everyone, welcome to my review of the Marvel Legends Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 Rocket. I recently picked him up on sale again at Target, and this is obviously me doing reviews for the full wave. I do enjoy these figures. I do think that they're worth it, especially if you find them on sale. Do recommend you pick these up. So for starters, this is the box art. It's pretty typical from what we've seen from this wave of Marvel Legends. It comes with a Build-A-Figure piece, and it comes with render of the figure Rocket. But to start off with, let's get to the figure itself. And when I first opened him up, I was shocked to say the least. I didn't expect him to be this small. When I first opened him, I thought I was actually missing the figure because I didn't know. And the box was pretty beat up, so I was like, oh, dude, did I just get scammed? But no, this is Rocket, and he's pretty small. But overall, I think he's a good figure. Now for starters, we can check out the head sculpt. For me, the paint was pretty decent. Only the eyes is what the problem is. If you can focus right here, you can kind of see he's kind of looking in two different directions, so it's not really the best, but what can you do when you got windowless packaging? Overall, I think the paintwork and sculpting is great on this figure. It's going to be the same as like every other figure from this wave since they all have the same uniform, but overall, I think it's a pretty good figure. Now for the articulation of this figure, it's pretty basic. He can look up that much. He can't really look down. Look side to side. A little bit of tilt. The mouth can open. It's not glued in permanently, but it's not gonna open like on its own. But it's like a separate piece, so it technically can, but I don't recommend doing that. Arms can go out 90. Single jointed bend, wrist rotation, and then it is hinged, but it doesn't really seem to move a lot. You can rotate at the waist. You can crunch down that much, which is pretty good. You can go back that much, which is pretty good. The tail, it's on its own pin that can rotate and hinge. And lastly, the legs can go up this much, can go out this much, thigh cut, and then bend at the knee. Oh, the tail fell off. And then the typical Marvel Legends feet. So yeah, I would say watch out for the tail. It does seem to pop off sometimes, but it's not really an issue. If you get it in there tight and not really move it, it'll stay in. Now for accessories, Rocket doesn't come with much other than the Build-A-Figure and then this big cannon gun that's molded in solid black, but the details on this blaster are pretty good. Would like to see maybe some silver going around, but overall it's a good looking weapon. I do find it kind of difficult to get him to actually hold the gun. His hands are pretty soft plastic, so they do kind of loosen up over time, but if you if you pinch his hand while he holds his gun, then he holds it pretty tightly. It does see it come loose, but what can you do? For comparisons, here's Rocket next to his fellow Guardian Nebula, next to another Marvel Legends comic book Ant-Man, and finally next to the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 Adam Warlock, which there we go. Overall, I do think this is a good figure, especially if you get him on discount. I think he'll be extremely worth it if you get him. I definitely do recommend you pick this one up. But on that note, thank you guys for sticking around. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you're going to pick this figure up or if you have any other Marvel figures you want me to review. And I'll see you in the next one. Later.